Uh-oh.
Speaking of voices, she's probably asleep back there.
I was real close.
Here she comes, Nadine.
Don't fall.
How y'all doing?
We're doing good. How about you?
Whew, I just about went to sleep back there.
How could you go to sleep with all of us sitting out here waiting on you?
Well, I thought you forgot.
I did. I called Keith over and I pointed. I said, guess what I forgot to do?
I looked over at Nick. I said, well, he did it again. And the chill pill I took this morning must have been a placebo, too. I tell you what, marriage is rough, isn't it? It's hard.
No, it's great, isn't it, Lou
I
Ann?
shouldn't say it's hard. It's rough. It's hard.
Yeah. What does that mean?
It means, I told my granddaughter the other day, I said, hey, before you marry somebody, let me tell you something. I said, marriage is like a 5,000-piece puzzle that's all sky. I'm sure it depends on who you're married to, too.
Yep.
Now, Gail's a good woman. He's got a good wife.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I didn't look up like that, see?
I got a good wife.
She's going to have so many stars in her crown, she ain't even going to be able to wear it. I told Homer the other day, he was, I'm looking for sugar.
Here I am.
I'm looking for real sugar.
Well, there's sugar in that thing right there.
Here it is. I told Homer the other night, I cooked dinner for him and sat there thinking he was going to really appreciate it. And he was picking at it, and I said, well, are you going to say thanks for this before we eat it? And he said, well, if you can show me something on this plate I ain't thanked God for twice already this week, I'll do it.
Oh, them's fighting words, aren't they?
I tell you. And then he went in there and laid down in that recliner.
Oh, boy.
And I told him, I said, hey, you didn't take the garbage out before we sat down to watch TV. He said, you cooked it, you take it out. I got a 38. You better be quiet. But no, John, you got Gail, I didn't see Gail, but you got your son here tonight and your grandkids?
Son and 3 out of 4 grandchildren are here
Oh,
tonight.
my goodness.
Right over there, right on the side.
There they
I don't know
are.
where they are. There
folks,
they are
how
over
you doing?
there.
Nice to have you.
All them little kindlies.
That is so cool.
I saw some little kids running around. I thought, well, they got to be here with an artist. They couldn't be in here just to come see the show. But I got to tell you something, though. I was talking to one of my friends, and her daughter had invited the preacher and his wife over to their house for dinner.
Yep.
And they was in there cooking, and the little boy was sitting there in the living room with the preacher, and the preacher said, what are we having, son? He said, well, we're having goat today. He said, goat? He said, are you sure we're having goat? He said, yeah, I'm pretty positive we are. He said, I heard my daddy this morning say, well, we can just have that old goat today rather than any other day. I'd rather do it today. He said, we're having goat.
I think he's talking about the preacher.
I laughed. I laughed because it reminded me, we invited the preacher and his wife over years ago. Our son was about 5 at the time. And I told him, I said, set the table before we go to church so we'll be done. And he did. And we come home and we sit down to eat. And I look over and the preacher's wife hadn't got any silverware.
Uh-oh.
And I looked at him. I said, why didn't you give Miss Martha some silverware? He looked right at his daddy, right in the eye, and he said, well, I didn't think she needed any. Daddy said she eats like a horse.
Yeah.
I just looked over at Homer and said, let's pray. I'm going to put the sign up.
And what's he going to say?
It's going to say, be content with what you have, but never with what you are.
One more time, say it.
Be content with what you have, but never with what you are.
That's good. So I can't be content with what I am?
No. Not till the good Lord takes us home. We got to keep working at it. Means I'm going to live a long time. Hey, y'all, thanks for stopping by. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and ring the bell.